Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and this ought to get interesting. I was recently at a flea market. A fellow handed me a bag, said, see what you can do with these. Well, that's always a challenge and always seems like fun. And sometimes their expectations are unrealistic, and sometimes, well, maybe it just needs a little bit of TLC. Haven't even looked in the bag. We were there trying to do some other things. I gathered up the stuff, put it in my truck, and before you know it, I looked over the seat and found them there this morning. I thought this would be a good opportunity to take you through reels you typically find at a flea market, or reels that need a second chance, and whether it's worth giving them a second chance or not. So if you like the idea of fishing, if you like the idea of fishing reel repairs, if you like to learn about the art of either, if you like to learn about who made the reels and when and why, and maybe why they break and how to fix them, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, please use that notification button. It'll let you know when I'm posting. Well, let's see what's in here, because it's new to all of us. And we'll see. Now this is a Shakespeare. It's a Shakespeare Encore, and I would say that this is a typical problem of what you would find at a flea market or a yard sale or what have you. The handle's missing, and we often wonder, where have the handles gone? I think this one's tied off here, and I don't know if we have an answer, but every now and then I see on eBay or other sites the opportunity to purchase handles. So I think somebody along the way just takes them off and then discards the reel. That's a possibility. And this one's sticking at the top end. So top end stick usually means that there's something going on in the oscillation system. This one came up all the way to the top and stopped. There's a crosswind block. There's an oscillation gear in here. There's a drive off the main gear. One of those is sticking. We'll take it apart and we'll see what the cause of this failure is. These are actually nice reels. They're based on the Shakespeare Alpha line, and they've been around a long time. They've been very dependable and durable reels, and we'll see if somehow we might be able to make that one work. Well, into the bag again. I haven't seen any of these, so who knows. Here's another one. Where has the handle gone? This one was made in Indonesia. That's unusual. I don't see too many of them made in Indonesia. It says Dolphin on it. Well, Dolphin is usually an Olympic brand, or at least a model of the Olympics. This one doesn't say more than just Dolphin. So that one, we can hold out our chances on it. Just a simple Dolphin reel. Looks like it works other than the handle. And we'll hope that maybe this was a trade reel. Trade reels generally use interchangeable parts, so even though we might not be able to find a handle for the Dolphin, we may be able to find a handle from another reel that can be inserted into that main gear and get that one cranking. All right, what are we going to do now? Looks like all of the reels are missing those parts, so we're going to call these parts reels. And here's one of our Daiwa reels. This one is the AG Apollo Gold, the 1305X. I've done a video on these. These typically do not have the anti-reverse, and guess what? This one doesn't have the anti-reverse. There is a rubber claw system in these, and that rubber claw over time melts. It's either because of the heat, or interestingly enough, if you lube the reel, the oils tend to melt down the materials that was in that anti-reverse. So no anti-reverse here, but I did go out and buy a group of spring metal, and well, we're going to see maybe if we can fashion a spring to replicate what that rubber claw was doing. Maybe we can make that one work. Again, problem there, no handle. Oh, is this it? Oh, two more. So here's an Abu Garcia, no handle. This is called the Cardinal Colt, as in the little horse, or the Colt 45, I guess. It looks like it was probably part of a combination series. I don't believe there's anything around that I have that would be this handle type, but we'll see. And this one just may wind up as a parts reel. It's got a rear drag on it. And here's what probably is the last of them, and this is a Mitchell. Well, these are interesting because the Mitchells are actually nice reels. This is a Mitchell Spider. And the Spider was made in conjunction with their spider wire. So the Spider reel, in this case, is probably a size 30. I'm not seeing it there. 18-point anti-reverse. That sounds like it's got the old style anti-reverse as opposed to the instant anti-reverse. 3 ball bearings. And of course Mitchell. Well, Mitchell's a little bit of a different company these days. It's not the Mitchell company per se that made the infamous Mitchell 300s and 302s and the saltwater reels and all of the spinning reels that began pre-World War II and kind of ended in around 1980. That company has gone through a couple of iterations. It was purchased at one point in time after the bankruptcy by Browning, and ultimately it wound up with Pure Fishing. And Pure Fishing, well, they own all kinds of brands, right? They own the brands that are on the table here, actually. They own Shakespeare, they own the Abu brand, and they own the Mitchell brand. In addition, they own Finor, Van Staal, Pfluger, lots of recognizable companies that, well, at one point in time or another went out of business. Pure Fishing purchased those and kind of aggregated them all under a single corporate entity, and now they're making various products under various company names. So, for example, Finor had a nice reel set going for a while there. I think they've been reduced down to sunglasses. I don't think there's any Finor new reels on the market any longer. But at the end of the day, the brand survives, but they don't have the heritage that that many of them had, and Mitchell is one of those examples. Of course, you can find the Abu Ambassadors and others under the Abu name that's still owned by Pure Fishing, but changes have come there as well. Their manufacturing facility in Sweden has moved on. They make a lot of the reels today, probably this one included, in China. A few of the low-end Abu Ambassador reels were also made in China now. So I always caution about those. If you are purchasing an Ambassador reel, make sure it says made in Sweden. You'll be disappointed with the ones made in China. And of course, Shakespeare continues to make those combination rods and reels that we've kind of all grown up with, purchasing them from the variety stores, the Walmarts, the specialty sporting goods stores and that, as well as, well, the food chains and that in popular tourist destinations where folks may want to give fishing a try. A lot of times they don't bring equipment with them. They're maybe not even familiar with the fishing in the area. Then they'll just go buy an inexpensive rod and reel combination to use on that vacation. So lots of good reels here. All of them seem to be missing the handles. 2 or 3 of them seem to work. One of them looks like we can do a project on it if we can find a handle for it. That one I think is a pentagon handle, so we got a chance there. Of course, we're also missing all of the buttons that hold those handles together. Well, it's an interesting thing. We'll see what we can do with them. That was the request of the fellow that chopped them off. That's what we will try to accomplish here. Well, before I leave, I want to thank our first responders, our police, fire, safety, rescue, everybody involved in keeping us out of harm's way. Truly appreciate your efforts day in and day out. I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like to see any of these reels taken apart to learn why they failed, maybe this Encore, maybe you want to see the inside of a Cardinal Colt, just leave those in the comment section. I will try to do that video, time permitting. Well, I want to wish everybody a great day and thank you for watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.